Good morning on Instagram. We're live from Mystic Fitness. My name is Kellie. So glad to have you here. Good morning on Facebook as well. Hello, everyone. We're coming to you live from Mystic Fitness. It's Monday, June 1st, start of a new month. We're going to bring you a 60-minute power flow this morning. Very much looking forward to getting moving with you guys, getting our sweat on. We'll do a lot of lower body work, a lot of core work. So make sure that you have water, grab your mat, maybe bring it outside today. It is absolutely gorgeous. The humidity finally dropped and it's sunny. So maybe you want to bring your practice to your outdoor space today. If you have blocks or any type of props that you like to practice with, make sure you bring those down onto your mat. We'll get started in just a minute. Morning, Steve. Thanks for joining us. So good to have you here. When you drop in, we'd love it if you send us a little comment or a heart or something. Just let us know you're here. We love interacting with you guys. Feel free to keep sending us pictures of your at-home yoga space and practice. We love seeing what you guys are up to. And we're so glad that you are joining us as you continue your home practice. If you have been enjoying what we're doing and you have it in your heart and you have the means to do so, we have a Venmo account, and any size donation through our Mystic Fitness Venmo will get you one of these beautiful masks made by one of our instructors, Mary Beth, to keep you and the community safe. So we so appreciate all of your support, and we want to support you right back. So why don't we go ahead and get started? You can find a comfortable position on your mat. That might be reclined or seated. If you are seated, maybe consider placing a block underneath your hips, just elevating them a little bit above your knees. That can make it a little bit more comfortable. And as you settle onto your mat and into your physical self, just allow your eyes to close. Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Take another breath in. And as you release, allow yourself to also release whatever came before your practice today. However your morning started, just allow yourself to let that go and fully arrive into this present moment. Arrive on your mat. Arrive into your body and how it's feeling today. Maybe you start to tune in to the sensations in your physical self. Maybe doing a slight body scan. That could go crown of the head down to the toes, or toes moving up towards the crown of your head, just kind of noticing what your muscles feel like today, what the joints feel like today, just so that you're ready to meet yourself where you are in this practice, remembering that every practice is unique and that it's always evolving, and it is fully about the journey. Take a breath in and a breath out. If you are reclined, maybe taking a moment to slowly transition up into a seated position, finding a comfortable posture for you. Maybe bringing the palms over the heart space or your prayer hands to your heart space. And we'll open our practice with the sacred sound of Om. A cleansing breath first. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Let's have a magical Monday practice, everybody. The other Kellie is here with me, being a model, so you get double Kellie today. We'll have a view from both sides for you. Let's start our warm-up, though, in a standing position. So you can slowly move your way up to the top of your mat. You can stand with the feet together or hips width distance apart. Take a moment to just kind of root your feet down into the earth, and we'll begin by rising and falling 3 times with our breath. So inhale, stretching the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, palms come together and slowly lower the upper body down, keeping a bend through the knees and a neutral spine. Breath in, guide your torso back up to standing, extending both palms to the sky, and then exhale, fold, keeping that bend through the knees. 3rd time, inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Beautiful. Now your breath in guides you up to standing, arms extend to the sky. You can drop elbows into a bent goalpost position and just begin to wake up the wrists a little bit. Whatever organic movements feel good for you is totally fine. So that might mean circling the wrists a little bit. It might mean making fists with your hands. It might mean flipping palms up and down towards the floor. Really, whatever feels good and is kind of calling to you this morning. Just make sure you kind of give yourself an opportunity to work the wrists in both directions. And then let's warm up the shoulders a little bit. So gentle circles, forwards or back. They can be together or one at a time. I really like this kind of back crawl kind of sensation right now, and then kind of like a front crawl where I let my gaze kind of follow my hands for a slight gentle twist with the shoulder warm up, just kind of figuring out what feels good for you, waking up the body a little bit. And then inhale both arms up to the sky. And as we exhale, sink the hips down into a chair pose, but just briefly we inhale and lift. Let's keep this flowing a little bit with the breath. Exhale, sit into chair. Let's take this 5 more times. In, out, in, and out. 3, 2, and last one. Sink into your chair, hold it for a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, lifting up to center, and exhale, fold forward, lowering your upper body over your legs. Let's take a ragdoll here. Just walk your feet out, at least hips width distance apart. Gentle bend to the knees, maybe wrap each hand over the opposite elbow. We'll stay for 2 breaths here. In and out. Gently releasing your hands on an inhale, rooting the feet down into the earth. You gently lift yourself back up to standing. We'll take a standing half moon here. So again, feet can be together or hips width distance apart. Right hand will grab the left wrist. Root the feet down into the earth and squeeze your glutes. On your breath in, lift through your ribs, lift through your spine. On your exhale, bring your upper body up and over towards the right side of your space, making sure to keep your shoulders and your hips in alignment. Breath in, breath out. Next inhale takes you up to center. As you release your breath, swap out your hands, so left hand grabs right wrist. Inhale, stretching tall through the spine. Exhale, guiding you up and over, aiming to lift through the ribs so that you're not collapsing into your left side. Continuing to keep shoulders and hips in one plane. Breath in and breath out. Let's take this one more time each side. So inhale guides you to center. As you exhale, swap out the hands, and then use your breath to guide you into each side of this posture, transitioning whenever you're ready to the other side, making sure you continue to root your feet down into the earth and engage your glutes so your lower body is a super stable foundation. Inhale back up to center, and exhale, fold. Taking a breath in your forward fold and out. Inhale, coming back up to standing. We'll take some more chair poses here, but a flowy chair twist. So inhale, stretching tall to the sky. As you exhale and sink into your chair, you twist the torso to the right, extending arms to the front and back of your mat. Inhale, coming to center, rising tall. Exhale, sink into your chair, but twisting torso to the left. Let's do this a few times to each side. So you inhale, center, and exhale, twist. In, out. Inhale, exhale. Breath in, breath out. Let's take this 2 more times to each side, moving with your breath at your own pace and using the soles of your feet to press down and root into the earth after you've taken that last twist. Inhale, rising up to center. Exhale, fold forward. Giving yourself a little rocking of the hips, maybe bending the knees and shifting the hips from left to right. And then inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Fingertips to your mat. Left foot takes a giant step back. You're in a runner's lunge, but then drop that left knee down to your mat. Get a little hip flexor stretch as you rock the hips forward, and then a stretch through right hamstring as you rock the hips back. And just take that a few times at your own pace, getting a little more warm up through the lower body. Breath in and breath out. And now we're going to do a little transition here. So the right foot will kick back behind us so that you're in a tabletop position with that right leg extended towards the back of your mat. If you take a look at Kellie, you'll notice that she has a neutral spine so that her leg is sort of parallel with her torso. Take a breath in and out. Left arm maybe extends forward if that's available to you. And we'll bring some abs in right now. So we inhale, extending the left arm and the right leg away from each other. Exhale, pull elbow and knee towards each other. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, curl. 3 more times. 3, 2, and last one. Lowering hand and foot. Coming into a tabletop position and then tucking the toes under, lifting up into a brief downward dog. Breath in and breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Palms come to shins or to the thighs as you press the crown of your head forward. And on an exhale, release your upper body down. Breath in guides you to standing. Breath out folds you forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fingertips to your mat, and the right foot takes that step back for runner's lunge, and then right knee drops down to your mat, rocking the hips forwards and back, moving at your own pace and lingering for as long as you'd like to in each stretch. So you're welcome to just hold that hip flexor stretch for a few breaths, and then just hold the hamstring stretch. You don't have to do the rocking if that doesn't call to you. When you're ready, you'll extend that left foot back behind you as you transition to your tabletop. And then maybe the right arm extends forward from the shoulder, keeping that hand level with the shoulder, keeping that left foot level with the glute. Breathe in and stretch. Breathe out and curl, using the strength in your abs to make that movement happen. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. 3, 2, and last one. Releasing to your tabletop, and then toes tuck under, hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Walking it out here for a couple breaths. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands, moving carefully, no rush to arrive there. Inhale for a halfway lift. Palms come to shins or to the thighs. All right, you guys, just trying to make sure the sound is as good as possible for you all. Let us know if that's a little bit better. All right, when you're ready, you'll inhale and rise up to standing. You can stretch both arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, you'll sink into your chair pose. We're going to use this chair pose as a foundation for a lot of our postures for this practice. So take a moment to make sure that you are setting yourself up from the soles of your feet up. So feet are pressing down into your mat. You're hugging your thighs towards each other. You have a slight tuck to your tailbone. Breath in, breath out. Let's hold this chair and do some cat and cow. So inhale, open the heart, spreading your arms wide. Exhale, curl the spine, bringing your fingertips together in front of you. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Beautiful. 2 more in and out. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Beautiful. Coming back to a more neutral spine. Nice long back as you tuck that tailbone under, shifting the weight into your right leg. Left foot steps back. You land in a crescent lunge. You can have your feet hips width distance apart. I would encourage that for stability. So you can imagine you're kind of standing on two sides of a train track. You can bring your arms into a goalpost position. So your elbows are bent, and that helps your shoulders stay nice and relaxed so that they are away from your ears. Breath in and breath out. We'll take some nice deep lunges here so that left knee will bend as you lower towards the floor, but it doesn't actually touch. And then as you inhale, you can press through that right heel, press through that right glute, extend up to the sky. Exhale, lunging, pulling the arms down, drawing shoulder blades together. Inhale, up. Let's take 5 more. So 5, 4, keep breathing, 3, 2, and last one. Hold that lunge, bring palms to heart center, 2 breaths. In, you got this. And out. Breath in. Breath out. You guys are so strong. Inhale and extend the arms, extend the legs. Exhale, open up into your warrior 2. So the hips open towards the left side. Right toes point to the front of your mat. Left toes point out to the left side. And that right knee is stacked directly over the right ankle. If you take a peek in your monitor, you'll notice that if you take a look at Kellie, that her right knee is directly aligned over the ankle. Breath in and out. We'll transition from our warrior 2 to a goddess by pivoting the hips so that they're facing toward that left side of your mat, and then bending the knees, both knees, so that they align over the ankles as we sink the hips down. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing through your feet, you'll lift up, but just about halfway so that you maintain that time under tension, and then exhale, sinking back down. Let's do that 5 more times. We press up just halfway and then sink. 4, 3, 2, you guys are amazing. And last one, and then sink down into that goddess. And then we're going to transition to a warrior 2 on the left side, just for a moment. And then we'll transition to a pyramid pose. So I'm going to turn around and face you guys. Your left foot is forward, right foot is behind you, but it's a warrior 1 type of stance. So your hips are squared towards the front of your mat. You want a nice wide stance so that your right foot and your left foot are pointing towards the front of your mat. Hands on your hips, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward, folding your upper body over that front leg, that left leg, lowering your hands down to your mat or to a block if you have that. Breath in, breath out. Keeping a bend through both knees here. 1 more inhale and an exhale. If you've got a block, placing it underneath the right palm. We'll take a gentle pyramid twist here. So we inhale and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist to the left, extending left fingertips up to the sky, trying to keep your hips nice and stable, maybe lowering that left hand to your back or to your lower back or to the hip, whatever feels good. 1 more breath here in. And as you exhale, gently release the twist, slowly squaring your chest back down towards the floor. And then shifting your fingertips a few inches in front of that left foot, we'll transition into a standing split by shifting the weight into the left foot and extending the right leg up towards the sky, keeping your hips square towards the floor. We are not opening that hip up. We're keeping it level towards the mat. Breath in and breath out. One more inhale and an exhale. Gently lowering that right foot down towards your mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Both feet step back, coming into a high plank position. Rolling forward on the toes. And then bending at the elbows to lower yourself just a couple inches for your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out, bending one knee at a time for a breath in and a breath out. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms coming to shins or thighs, and then exhale, fold. Next breath in guides you all the way up to standing, reaching the arms to the sky, and then we sink down into our chair pose. We'll take that whole sequence on the other side now, starting it the same way, finding that solid foundation in your chair pose. Breath in, breath out. In and out. So weight shifts into the left leg this time, and the right foot slowly steps back, landing in a crescent lunge to begin. In a crescent lunge, the heel of that right foot will be lifted, and you're kind of on the ball of that foot, but the left foot, the front foot, is planted firmly into your mat, making sure that the left knee is stacked over that ankle. You can open up your arms to that goalpost position. Breath in, breath out. Bending that right knee, we'll take those lunges, and then we lift up and lower, pulling elbows with us, creating your own tension here. Let's take 5 more. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. You guys are so strong. You're almost there. Last one. Holding it here, bringing palms to heart center. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, extending the arms, extending the legs. Exhale, opening up to your warrior 2 position. So left toes are pointing forward. Right toes are pointing out to the right. Left knee stacked over that left ankle. And hips are nice and open, so you can kind of draw that left knee towards the pinky toe so that you're opening your hips as you extend the arms. Left fingertips pull forward, right fingertips pull back. Breath in, breath out. You can flip the palms up to the sky for a slightly different sensation through the shoulders. Kind of opens up the heart a little more. And then when you're ready, transitioning to your goddess, toes are kind of pointing out to the top and bottom of your mat, I guess I would say. And then hips sink as your knees align over the ankles. Again, a slight tuck to your tailbone so that you have a nice long spine. Crown of the head is lifting towards the sky. Breath in, breath out. Gently lift the right heel up off the floor and then drop it down. And then left heel lifts and drop. Let's take that 5 times. Right and left, nice and slow. Right and left. That was 4, 3, and 2, and 1. You guys are amazing. And now we transition to that warrior 2 on the right, just for a moment, so that we can find that pyramid position. Hands can come to your hips as you transition into that pyramid. So both feet are pointing forward. You want a nice wide stance. Your feet can be all the way out to the edges of your mat, if that allows your hips to be square. On a breath in, lifting through the crown of your head. On your exhale, you hinge from your hips, folding forward, keeping a nice micro bend through that front knee as you just kind of fold your torso over that front leg. And you can adjust your feet once you arrive in that fold to make sure that both feet are planted completely flat against the floor. If you notice that the heel of one foot is lifting, then take a moment and adjust. Walk your feet closer together, walk them wider apart, play around, see what feels good. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale and exhale. grabbing that block and placing it underneath the left palm. On a breath in, just lengthen through your spine. On your out breath, you twist towards the right. Right arm can extend to the sky or just drop to the right hip or to the lower back. Breath in and out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, unwind your twist, planting the fingertips a few inches above that front foot. You gently shift your weight into the right leg as you come into your standing split. Left leg lifts up. And you're keeping that left foot flexed with the toes pointing down towards your mat, which can help you keep your hips square towards the floor. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. And exhale, gently release that left foot down to your mat. Take a moment in your ragdoll, maybe rock the hips from side to side. Maybe wrap your hands around each elbow. Maybe drop down into a nice deep squat. And if coming all the way down like this isn't available, you can kind of come into a gentle goddess with your elbows kind of pressing against the insides of your knees, and you get a nice stretch through the insides of your thighs, which can feel really good. If you are in either type of deep squat, you can add a little twist here, just planting one hand into your mat as you extend the other up to the sky, and then just swap it out. You can take that with your breath a couple times if that feels good. And then when you're ready, gently lifting back up. And let's step both feet back, coming into a high plank position. Adding a little more abs here. Let's do a shoulder tap and then a toe tap. So we'll do a count of 10 for the shoulder tap and then a count of 10 for the toe tap. You're welcome to drop your knees into a modified plank position if that feels better for you. For the shoulder tap, right fingertips come to the left shoulder and tap, and then the left fingertips do that. So that's 9, 8, aiming to isolate 7, the motion into your 6, hands 5, and not your core 4, 3, 2, and last one. And now holding that plank, we take the toe tap. So right toes off and back to center, and left toes off and back to center for 9, 8, trying to keep your core, 7, as still as possible, 6, 5, letting your legs move, 4, but torso, 3 is stable, 2, and 1. Drop your knees, bend at the elbows, lower yourself all the way down to your mat, palms alongside the chest. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, toes tuck under, downward facing dog, or a child's pose, or some water, whatever feels good for you guys. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. You can just kind of walk it out a little bit there. Ooh, good morning, everybody. It's so nice to have you here. Good morning, Pinal. Good morning, Myra. Thank you for joining us. Hoping the sound is good now. And from your downward facing dog, let's walk both feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Next inhale brings you all the way up to standing, reaching both arms to the sky. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Give yourself a moment of grounding, rooting both feet firmly down into the floor. Feeling that tension and engagement rising from the soles of your feet up into your legs and your glutes, your pelvic floor. Shifting weight into the right foot. Allow the left knee to pull up towards your chest. You can plant that left palm on top, or maybe find a standing wind relieving pose by interlacing both hands underneath that knee right on the shin bone and just kind of hugging it towards your body. The right glute is squeezed super tightly to keep you stable and steady. Breath in, breath out. opening that left knee out to the side, keeping the hips nice and stable as you do so. Right arm can extend out towards the right. If you prefer to grab onto your foot, you're welcome to use your left hand to do so. Just make sure that you're keeping your hips stable and that the leg is opening up and not the hip just pulling to the side. Breath in, breath out. Allow that foot or leg to travel back towards the center and pull that knee in back towards your chest. We'll take 10 leg extensions or leg kicks here. So the left heel presses out away from the body and then pulls back in. We'll do that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hinging on that hip, that left leg kicks back behind us as we float into an airplane pose. The arms can extend back behind you if that calls to you. And play around a little bit with the sensation of palms towards the floor versus palms towards the sky. And just kind of notice what that does to the shoulders. We really want to open up the heart here. Breath in, breath out. Gently floating left foot down to the mat, crescent lunge. Exhale, opening to warrior two. Staying here for a couple breaths as you just stabilize the feet. Allow the engagement to rise up into your legs. And then when you're ready on an inhale, you reverse your warrior, tilting the torso back, letting right arm stretch up and over. Feeling that amazing stretch through the right side of your torso. Breath in and out. On an exhale, you'll tilt the torso forward, finding a variation of extended side angle that works for you. I love a bent knee triangle, bringing the right palm or wrist to the inside of the right knee, pressing that left arm up to the sky, or maybe dropping left arm behind you for a half bind or a full bind, just letting that chest and your shoulder really open up. 2 more breaths in and out. Breath in and breath out. When you're ready, gently come back to your warrior two, and then cartwheeling the hands down, framing that right foot. Right foot steps back, high plank, holding your plank. A 10 count of mountain climbers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walking it out, breath in, breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Next breath in guides you slowly up to standing. Arms reach to the sky. Palms drop to heart center, weight shifts into left foot, right knee rises. Planting that right palm on top or finding your standing wind relieving pose. Making sure to engage that left glute nice and firmly. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. Allowing that right knee to open as the left arm extends out to the side. You're welcome to grab onto that right foot or the big toe, whatever's available to you. Just keeping your hips nice and stable. Breath in and out. Allowing that foot or knee to travel back to the center. And then palms return to heart center. We take those 10 leg extensions. So right leg extends and bends for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then allowing that right foot to float back for your airplane lunge, or for your airplane. Those leg extensions are so difficult because they require so much strength in your hip flexors and your hamstrings. And if they feel really challenging, try not to get discouraged. Just keep with it. Keep up the practice. I promise that over time, they do feel more manageable, but they are always, always a challenge, and that's okay. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale. You really kick that right leg back behind you. And then when you're ready, right foot floats down to the earth. Your arms reach up to the sky for that crescent lunge. And then we open warrior two. Stabilizing your feet, grounding down into the floor, solidifying your foundation through your lower body. And then when you're ready, reversing. Noticing how your torso flows, but your legs remain exactly where they are. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, tilting the torso forward. Again, noticing how stable your legs are. Maybe bringing left wrist or forearm to the inside of the left knee. Right arm reaching up to the sky. Maybe right arm drops back behind you for that half bind or full bind. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, slowly transitioning back to your warrior two, and then hands cartwheel down to frame that left foot. Left foot steps back, high plank. Let's do some left rights, palm to elbow. So right elbow drops, left elbow drops, and then right palm, left palm, but then we go in reverse. So left elbow, left palm, right palm. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, keep breathing. You got this. And last one. You guys are amazing. Rolling forward on the toes, bending at the elbows, opening up for your upward facing dog on your breath in, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Feet walk forward to meet the hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. When you're ready, breath in guides you all the way up to standing, maybe grabbing a quick sip of water. Beautiful. Taking a breath in and a breath out. We'll transition into a little more balance here. So take a moment, just root the feet down into the earth. I prefer to keep my feet hips width distance apart for almost every balance pose. And just allow yourself a moment, close your eyes, root the feet down, palms can open up to the front space. Shoulders roll down and back. Just give yourself a moment to root down into the earth, to feel that connection, to find your stability. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. On your exhale, right hand drops alongside the right hip. Shifting weight into your left foot, right knee bends as you reach around and catch that right foot or ankle as you prepare for your dancer. Make sure that you're drawing that right knee in the general direction of the left, but they do not need to be touching. Take a breath in and really stretch through your torso and your arm. And then as you exhale, you kick that right foot straight back behind you, slowly allowing your torso to tilt forward as you arrive in your dancer. I'd encourage you to keep a micro bend in the knee of the standing leg as well, just to avoid any hyperextension. Breath in, breath out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, release that right foot and transition to an airplane. You can bring your palms to heart center or extend the arms back behind you, but flex that right foot so that the toes point down to the earth and the heel presses away from you. Breath in, breath out. As you inhale, lift your torso and draw that right knee in towards the chest, and we're going to cross that right ankle over the left thigh. You can use your hands to help you as you cross it over into a half lotus, but then sink your hips down. Woo. For like a figure 4 kind of chair pose, so that you get that gorgeous stretch through the right hip. And you can bring your palms to heart center, or you can kind of press down into that right leg. Whatever feels good, you can kind of fold your upper body over that right leg, bringing fingertips down towards your mat. If a toe stand is in your practice, you're welcome to drop your hips down to your heels, any arm balances. Feel free to just play around here with whatever you've been working on, whatever's in your practice, whatever's calling to you. We have 2 more breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Slowly and carefully release from this posture. There's no rush to exit. Take your time. Be gentle with your knees. And now maybe just coat sleeves or whatever organic movements call to you. Just going to shake it out. Swing from left to right. Breathe in and out. Another inhale and exhale. Beautiful. We'll take it on the other side now. So take that grounding moment. Root the feet into the floor. Inhale the arms up. Left arm drops alongside left hip. Weight shifts into right foot as that left knee bends. We prepare for dancer. Taking your time to be intentional about how you set up. Breath in. As you breathe out, allow that left foot to kick back behind you, keeping your hips nice and square and in one plane. So if you were looking in a mirror, or if you saw your shadow reflected back at you, your left knee and the shin bone would have disappeared behind your torso. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Releasing that left foot as you transition to your airplane. Choosing whatever position for your arms feels right. Just making sure that that left foot is flexed so the toes point down towards the earth. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. As you breathe in, lift your torso and draw that left knee up in towards your chest, and then left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Maybe sinking those hips down for a nice figure 4 chair pose. And you might notice that as you lower your hips, you can allow that left foot or left ankle to sit without the support of your hands, which allows you to find a little more creativity in what you're doing. Find a little more variation, taking whatever postures are calling to you here. Breath in, breath out, making sure to be safe, but also trying something new as well. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Inhale and exhale. Last breath here. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly and carefully unwinding, lowering left foot, maybe rocking hips from side to side, shaking it out a little bit, and let's take it down to the floor. So coming to the top of your mat, inhaling both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, palms come together and you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Fingertips to your mat, both feet step back, and then drop your knees and allow your body to just lower all the way down to the floor. We'll do a couple back bends here, and then flip over onto our backs for a little more deep stretching. So let's start with a locust. So you'll extend the arms alongside your body and flip the palms so that they're connected to your mat or to the earth. You'll squeeze your glutes and bring your chin and nose to your mat. On a breath in, you lift your chest, arms, and your legs as if you're flying through the sky. Your gaze is towards the front edge of your mat so that you have a nice neutral neck, and that allows you to press the crown of your head forward, creating lots of length through your body. Breath in and out. Hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Maybe bending the knees and windshield wipering your legs from left to right, maybe laying one cheek on your mat. Breath in and breath out. Second set. So extending the legs nice and long. Arms reach down alongside the hips. Palms are connected to your mat. Take a moment to engage the glutes to protect the lower back. And on an inhale, lift the chest, arms, and legs flying through the sky. And you can imagine that someone is standing behind you, kind of tugging on your feet, trying to pull you back. So you're pressing away, pressing through the crown of your head to get away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Maybe windshield wiping those legs once more, just kind of swishing from left to right and left to right. Breath in and breath out. Taking your time now to slowly just transition over onto your back. No rush to get there, no rush to arrive. And you can give yourself a nice long body stretch to begin, just stretching arms and legs away from your torso. And then bend the knees and pull them in towards your chest, giving them a quick little squeeze. And then dropping both knees down towards, dropping your feet down towards your mat so that the knees are bent, soles of the feet are planted into the floor. We'll come into a reclining twist. So pressing the feet into your mat, you lift your hips and move your hips over to the right side of your mat as you drop them down, letting your knees fall towards the left. If you have a block, you can place a block in between your knees or underneath that left knee, between your knee and the floor. If you'd like to create a little bit of a hip opener here, you can cross the left ankle over that right thigh and just kind of draw it down towards the earth. Make sure that you have your shoulder blades planted evenly into your mat, and you can extend the arms to the left and right as you breathe in and breathe out. One more breath here, in and out. Slowly bringing hips and knees back to center. Gently lift the hips, move them to the left and drop them down, and the knees fall over towards the right. Wiggle those shoulder blades, make sure they're pressing evenly into the floor. Arms can still extend out to the left and right. You can bend your elbows into that goalpost position. You can reach the arms up overhead, whatever feels good for you. Play around with those blocks, maybe placing one in between the knees or underneath the right knee, maybe crossing right ankle over the left thigh. 2 breaths here, inhale and exhale. Breath in and breath out. Slowly transitioning with your hips and knees back to center. And then keeping your knees bent and the soles of the feet pressed into the floor, cross the right ankle over the left thigh for a reclining pigeon pose. You can keep your left foot on the floor or place a block underneath that left foot, or you can press the left thigh towards your body so that you can kind of hold onto that right foot and the right knee. You can gently rock your hips from left to right if that feels good for you, or just kind of drop them over towards the left side. Just kind of playing around with the movement, seeing what feels right today, seeing what feels right in this practice. Breath in and breath out. And if you rocked your hips to the left side, maybe rocking them over to the right a little bit. One more inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, lowering that left foot down towards your mat, uncrossing the right ankle and swapping it out so left ankle crosses over the right thigh. A block can get placed underneath the right foot, or you can press the right thigh towards your chest, grabbing onto left knee and left foot. Maybe rocking your hips from side to side as you breathe in and breathe out. This stretch is also amazing after going for a run or for a long walk. If you have any of those yoga tune-up balls or a foam roller, you can kind of work that into this as well to really get into your fascia, into your connective tissue, and give yourself some beautiful massage. Maybe rocking those hips over to the left side if you haven't. 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, bringing your hips and knees to center, uncrossing that left ankle, just stretching your legs long, stretching your arms long, giving yourself a nice long stretch with an inhale. And exhale. Bending the knees again, planting the feet, grabbing a block that's near you, and we'll come into an inversion here. So any inversion that's in your practice is welcome. I'll be cueing a waterfall, so you'll press the feet into the floor, lift your hips, place the block underneath your lower back, and with your lower back resting and supported on that block, you can extend the legs up to the sky. Maybe extend the arms up there as well. Maybe giving yourself a moment to just kind of circle the wrists and the ankles around, wiggling the fingers and the toes. A little shake if that feels good. Just really letting the blood drain from your extremities back down towards the heart space. Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. Taking your time to let your feet and your hands float down towards the floor, moving slowly and carefully. Taking your time to remove that block, stretching the legs out long, stretching the arms alongside you, and just taking a couple moments to find a comfortable posture. Allowing yourself to sink into stillness as you bring your attention and awareness into your breath, into your physical self, aiming to match the length of your inhales to the length of your exhales as you just start to slow yourself down, start to melt a little bit into your mat, letting the tension that lingers in your body just sort of melt away like an ice cube melting on a countertop as you continue to pull that breath in and fill your lungs, and then exhale and releasing it, allowing yourself to just soften into your mat a little bit more. Noticing how as you bring that life force energy in and then release it back out, how the tension slowly starts to leave your body. And it's not all at once, but slowly with each breath, we release a little bit more and allow a little more softening to come into our physical self. And this beautiful breath practice is something that you can always take off your mat with you as well. So I invite you to begin a 3-part breath here, a Dirga Pranayama, beginning by drawing the breath into your belly and filling it up, inflating it like a balloon, and then just kind of letting it deflate back down on the exhale. But then on that second breath, as you allow it to enter your belly, you also let it lift up into the rib cage, and then as you release from the ribs back down. On that third breath, you're pulling into belly and then ribs and then into that heart space, filling up your collarbones, and then again releasing in that reverse order from chest to ribs to belly, Continuing that a couple more times at your own pace, focusing on tracking that breath slowly up through your core on the inhale and then down through the body on the exhale. One more breath here, slowly pulling that life force energy in. And then as you release, letting yourself fully melt and soften into your mat. Feeling that connection with the earth as it cradles you from below. And just appreciating that support and that hold. It just allows your space without pushing or pulling back. See if you can give yourself that same space. Breath in and out. Taking your time now to slowly transition up into a seated posture, maybe rolling over onto your side into a fetal position, and then gently and slowly pressing yourself up. You can keep your eyes closed as you move. And just find a comfortable seated position, and then maybe draw the palms over your heart space or bring your palms to heart center. We'll close our practice with the sacred sound of Om, same way that we opened this space. A cleansing breath first. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Thank you so much for joining us today, whether it was live or whether you're finding us at another time. It is such an honor to be a part of your home practice. The spirit in me honors the spirit in you. Namaste. I hope that you guys will join us every day. We stream live on Instagram and Facebook at 9 a.m. No matter what, everything gets uploaded onto YouTube after as well if you prefer that platform. We are so glad to be part of your practice. Please keep sending us pictures, and we hope that you have a wonderful day and hope to see you guys tomorrow with Kellie Mays. Have a great day, everybody.